Hello and welcome back, guys. So in this particular session what I will be covering is I will be covering statistics, and then what I will be talking about is what kind of tendency are there, and then how is frequency divided. Okay, so we will basically talk about that. Okay, so in case of frequency distribution, what will happen is that you will be given this number 1 2 3 2 1 5 is given, right? So what you will basically do is that you will basically count the number of number which is repeating. Okay, so in this case 1 2 3 5, right? So the repetition of 1 is 2, for 2 is 2, right? 3 is none, right? Only one time. 5 is only 1, right? So this is how we do in case of frequency, right? So you might even represent it like this. For 2 like this, right? So if it's 3 you will do it like that. For 4 it will be a bit different, right? And then for 1 you will display it like this, right? So that way you will count your frequency, right? So the next important thing that we need to know is that this is pretty easy, frequency distribution, whereas in case of central tendency we will need to figure out the mean, median and mode as well. Okay, so what does mean mean? So mean is sum of numerical values of each observable or each observation, you can say. Okay, observation, and then what do? You divide it by total observation. It is even represented by x is equals to, so frequency 1 plus frequency 2, right? Or what we could basically say is that not frequency 1 but observation 1, right? Observation 2, observation 3, right? And then what we can do is n. Okay, so you can represent this by x as well, does not really matter. Okay, so these will be your thingy, right? So it will be basically, you can say it's a summation of x, right? So we are adding all this thing up and then dividing it by n, right? So that is basically what you can say for it. And then in case of so this is for individual, right? So if we were to talk about the discrete one, then what would basically happen is that for discrete in case of mean, always remember that. And then discrete, what normally happens is that basically you will be given the number and the frequency as well. Okay, so basically it will be fx1 plus f2x2 plus f3x3 plus dot dot dot, and then basically you will divide it by frequency 1 plus frequency 2 plus frequency 3, right? So basically you can write it in the other way as well, which is basically fx, summation of fx, right? So divide by n, you can say n as well. Okay, or you could say frequency, whatever, does not really matter, where n is summation of frequency, right? So the type of data that will basically be given is that in case of individual you will be given only this kind of data. Okay, so you will be given 2 4 6 8 10, only individual, right? In case of discrete you will be provided the frequency of the number of observation as well. Okay, so how many times is it repeating, we will be provided that as well. So 2 3 4 6, right? And then 1 2 3 4, you will be given two sets of data. Okay, so first will be your what you could say, it could be an observation, right? Or numerical value of observation and the frequency of it being repeated. Okay, so basically what you will do is you will basically multiply this and this. So you will be writing 2 3 4 6 1 2 3 4, right? And then what you will do is you will basically add this up. This will be your n, right? So when you add it up it will be 10, and then you will multiply it by this into this, and then x bar will be summation fx divided by n. Okay, so this is pretty easy, right? So when we are talking about continuous, in case of mean, first thing that we always need to know is that continuous is like this, right? Like this, right? It's basically in this form, right? So it will be divided into different classes, right? So sometimes we might be required to basically create the class by ourselves as well. We can do that. That's pretty easy, right? So what we'll need to do is that basically when we are preparing this one, we need to find out mid value. Okay, mid value is equals to this plus this, 0 plus 10 divided by 2. So this will be 5, right? So whenever you are creating your chart, what will happen is basically you write 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, right? And then 30 to 40. And then what you will need to do, if suppose x is the middle value, then the middle value of this is 5, this plus this divided by 2, same as this formula. What will be 30 divided by 2 will be 15, right? 25, 35, and then frequency will be your same number, right? 6, 8. Okay, so you could basically this will be your continuous series. Okay, so in this case you will need to find out your middle value. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So basically what you'll do next is you'll multiply f and x, this and this, and then your summation of f will be your n, right? You could say it to be n, and then your formula will be x bar is equals to summation fx divided by n. Okay, so this is what basically your formula will be in case of mean, right? So next on what we will look at is median as well. Okay, so sometimes you might have to arrange this this basically class as well. Okay, so the pretty easy trick is basically you add this and this, and then you divide it. Suppose this is 9, right? And then this is 10, right? And then after that what you basically have to do is basically you'll have to reduce 0.5 from here. Okay, so it will be 9.5. You'll add over here 0.5. Okay, so again over here as well you will need to change it. Okay, just to change this frequency. Okay, so that's pretty much it in case of mean. Okay, so you could use we will talk about that as well, basically assuming different kind of mean as well. Okay, so that will be in the next part. So if you have any confusions until now, please do comment down below. I'll definitely be happy to answer it for you. Until next time, bye bye.